Hey everybody, I got something new in the mail today and I wanted to share it with you. So one of my very favorite collections of Stephen King's is Hearts in Atlantis. And the title novella is sort of an autobiographical look at Stephen King's own time at the University of Maine in Orono. And for the longest time, I've had my eyes on Hearts in Suspension, which is sort of an oddball collection that features the novella Hearts in Atlantis, as well as an accompanying essay by Stephen King written about his time in college, essays from classmates of Stephen King's, period photographs, and the like. And I did a little digging, and I realized the book was originally published, or is published, by the University of Maine Press, of Stephen King's alma mater. And I was seeing copies on eBay for $50, $60, and I did a little digging, and I realized it's still available directly from the University of Maine Press. So I'll include that link in the description for the video. But available at list price from the original publisher, supports the University of Maine, and I was excited to pick it up. So I ordered it last week, paid the $5 for shipping, and it arrived today. So I'm gonna open it up if I can, and we'll take a look. Came in a very sturdy cardboard envelope. The book is inside with, oh, that's nice. Comes with a bookmark. The University of Maine Press, publisher of scholarly books that address the concerns of Maine and its region. Very cool, very cool. An invoice. Very nice. Even has a handwritten note that says thank you. So here is the book itself. And that's Stephen King in college. This is a blown up portion of a much larger picture of a civil rights march during the Vietnam era. Hearts in Suspension, with essays by college classmates and friends. It's a lot thicker of a book than I originally anticipated. I didn't quite know what to expect, but I asked around if the book was good and worth checking out, and all the feedback I've gotten is, yeah, it's really good. You should look it up, especially if you're interested in Hearts in Atlantis, which I am. I'll take the shrink wrap off. Author photos: Stephen King, Jim Bishop. That's nice. He was a teacher of Stephen King. Here's the inside front flap. This publication marks the 50th anniversary of Stephen King's entrance into the University of Maine at Orono in the fall of 1966. Cool. There's the book Sans Dust Jacket. Very nice, robust blue treated cloth cover. Kind of hard. It doesn't feel soft. It feels very much like a book that you would find in a library that's designed to last for ages and ages. Plain white end papers. Nothing wrong with that. Hearts in Suspension, essay and novella by Stephen King. Personal narratives by several people, edited with an introduction by Jim Bishop. So Stephen King's past teacher wrote the introduction and edited the volume. And that's pretty nice. I didn't know if this was still in print in the first printing. I didn't know if I would receive this and it would indicate a later printing, but it doesn't. It I don't know however many they sold. Apparently it wasn't a barn burner of a seller. very likely still available. So contents, introduction, 5 to 1, 1 in 5 by Stephen King. That's the nonfiction essay that he wrote specifically for this book about his time in college, and it is 56 pages long. So that's really cool. Hearts in Atlantis, the novella from the book Hearts in Atlantis, is the heart of this book, and it looks like it's included in its entirety, 150 pages or so. Some reproductions of Stephen King's college newspaper column, King's Garbage Truck. That should be exciting. Illustrations, and then personal reflections. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to check out King's Garbage Truck really quick. There's Hearts in Atlantis by Stephen King. King's Garbage Truck. Very cool. So it shows a scan of the original article and then transcribed text, so it's a little bit easier to read. That's a lot of fun. So as you know from watching these videos, I'm very, very interested in the history of how Stephen King became Stephen King and the genesis of his works. And this is just a really fascinating item, and I'm excited to get it, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to flip the switch, but I'm glad that it's available from the original publisher. I like supporting the library at the University of Maine. So here's the picture that the cover image is from in blow up, and just over the word civil there is Stephen King. Right there. Man, I cannot wait to... Oh, is that another picture of Stephen King? Stephen King addressing an audience of students and faculty at the university's Memorial Gymnasium, May 1970. Oh man, that is fascinating. So he got into college in '66. He may have graduated. He may have been a senior, but there is Stephen King addressing. He was Stephen King, but he wasn't Stephen King. He wasn't the household name that we know today. I guess maybe he was sort of a notorious figure on the campus of the University of Maine. And then these reflection essays by classmates of Stephen King. So that's really interesting too. I can't wait to dig into this, but let's see, 373 pages. So there's a lot more meat on those bones than I originally suspected. It's very cool, very cool. So I will get that covered, and it'll probably end up living on my shelf right next to Hearts in Atlantis, because they both sort of cover the same territory. So that's really neat. Anyway, Hearts in Suspension. Like I said, I will put the link to the University of Maine library press in the description for the video. And if you're interested, I highly recommend checking it out and supporting them. This was available for a list price of $30, and it was $5 media mail shipping. So 35 bucks. It's a lot better than the 60, 70 and above that I've seen on eBay. But I think a lot of people may not realize it's still available directly from the publisher. But it is. So if you're interested, I highly recommend checking it out and picking it up. But thank you very much for your time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.